Welcome back, everybody. More than 37,000 child abuse complaints are filed in our state every single year, and unfortunately that number is rising. It's a very difficult topic to have, but one that is needed to be had with every child out there. So today we've got Yoshi Shiraki, the author of My Body Is Just For Me, and Suzanne Mitchell from the Salt Lake Children's Justice Center to talk about educating children about the prevention of sexual child abuse so they know it's okay to speak up when there's a situation. Yoshi, let's start with you.
Okay.
You wrote this book.
Yes.
Super helpful to start this conversation, but why did you write this?
It was actually my mother's idea. So my mom, Yoshi Shiraki, thought it would be a great idea to start teaching my niece, her granddaughter, when my sister started having kids. About 12 years ago, my sister had her first child, and my mother thought, we need to start educating Delaney on the prevention of sexual abuse. So if, it ever was to, thankfully it didn't, but if it was ever to happen, she would know that it's okay to speak up.
Yeah.
So I actually went to the bookstore to buy this book. There was no book at the time that was available to read to your child. There were books that you could read to educate yourself to have the conversation with your child, but there were no books at the time to read to your child. So we decided to write the book ourselves. We didn't think we'd publish it. What ended up happening is my wife did the illustrations, we wrote the book, stapled it together, and it was just a paper book. And my mother's friends were like, Eva, this needs to be available for more than just Delaney. We seek the help of Richard Paul Evans, who helped us get it published, and now we've got this.
Here's the book. So Suzanne,
Yes.
This is a helpful maybe starting point, but how do you have a conversation like that with your children? A lot of parents at home say, I know I need to, but it can be very uncomfortable.
I think a tool like this really helps parents have the conversation, and there's no age where you have to wait. I mean, you can start while children are young, and I think keeping the lines of communication open and letting kids know that if somebody does something that they shouldn't, you should tell your parents, and you should tell them to stop. There's a lot of safety tips parents can impart on their children that work in all sorts of situations, and I think it's important to have the conversation.
And because that is a good point. If you can tell them to stop and somehow stop it before it happens, that's preventing a problem in the first place, but the child doesn't know that unless maybe they're told that.
Right. I mean, usually there's an age differential when kids are being exploited by somebody else, and it's intended to be kept in the quiet. So no one else is around while it's happening, and the child is often caught by surprise and bewildered, what just happened to me. I think we really want kids to know that there are people who care that can help them, and it's okay to come forward. You don't have to feel bad about yourself. It wasn't your fault, and people care about you, and you deserve to be safe.
Now, are there warning signs that parents can be watching out for, that if unfortunately they didn't get to this before something happened, that they can say, we've got a problem, and maybe ask a question?
A lot of parents, when they've come to the Children's Justice Center and their child finally told, they discover kids waited months or years before they told because they felt bad about themselves. They felt like maybe they had a part in it, and they were just confused. And we really want parents to recognize some of the symptoms. Our kids sometimes will have a behavior change. Maybe there will be a drop in school performance. Maybe there will be a mood disturbance. Now, one thing alone doesn't mean that they were sexually abused, but usually there's a deterioration in how kids feel about themselves and how they act.
Okay, such a great conversation. We so appreciate both of you being here today. If you want to get more information on the book and where you can get that, or on the Salt Lake County Children's Justice Center, there are the websites right there. And of course, you can get more online at goodforutah.com/GTU. Let's send things over now to Michelle and Isha.